Hello, long time no see. It feels like literally years since I last vlogged, but I technically vlogged like last month, so. Anyway, today I am off to Bruno Mars, my first concert of the year, my only concert booked so far this year, which is kind of sad, but I'm still buzzing. I'm also going with my friend Saskia, and it's her first ever concert, which like even makes me like really excited as well, because I like loved my first concert. It was Miley Cyrus, by the way. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why I look so sort of glammed up for like 1 in the afternoon. But there you go. I'll do a quick outfit of the day. So I'm all in Topshop today actually. So I've got this kind of choker style top here, which is in my recent haul. This embroidered skirt and just some tights, which are probably from Primark. And then I think I'm just gonna wear some like Chelsea boots with it. But yeah, I'm really excited. So I may vlog with Saskia, probably won't, because you know what I'm like, I'm a bit crap at that, but you'll definitely see bits of Bruno Mars, and yeah, I'm just really excited. Good morning. It is the day after the night before, and literally last night was so good. It was really weird. Like we queued like an hour before doors open. I thought I would be like sort of in the middle of the crowd maybe. Like I didn't expect to be that near the front, but we were literally like 5 or 4 rows away from him, and like we were dead in the centre. So he like looked at us like so many times, and yeah, it's just honestly so good. And his performance, he was like dancing the whole time. He was like singing along, like he was interacting with the audience, and oh, that's something on the camera. Yeah, it's gone now. But yeah, it just really exceeded my expectations. Like, wow. I've actually got work later, so I'm just like, ugh. Like I love work, but I'm just not in the mood today. I'm so tired. But it was honestly so worth it. And I'm sorry I didn't get that much footage. It's only because I was standing. I had my phone, my camera was in my bag, and I thought I couldn't really get to my bag that easily. So I started filming on my phone, but then I ran out of memory, so I was like, oh. But it was good that I could sort of enjoy it more because I wasn't filming it. So yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, as I said, he was really good. Like I'd thoroughly recommend seeing him, whether you like, if you like his music or if you're not that massive fan of him. Because I mean, I'm not like, I like his music, but I'm not like a fangirl sort of thing. Like I love sort of One Direction and stuff, so like those are my sort of top ones. But honestly, Bruno Mars like blew me away. Yeah, I could just like go on and on about how good he was, but yeah. I thought I would like put a bit of a sort of interjection. Is that the right word? Like, I really want to talk about 13 Reasons Why. I feel like I should prop you up on somewhere, so I'm not like holding you up for ages, but Yeah, I watched 13 Reasons Why over like the past sort of couple of days. I actually finished it yesterday before I went to Bruno Mars. And I just sort of wanted to talk about it really because a lot of the issues that come up in the show have affected lots of different people in different ways. Because obviously mental health is a really big thing. I think is it like 1 in 3, 1 in 4 people will have a mental health issue in their lifetime. So that's quite like a shocking statistic. So I think if you haven't watched 13 Reasons Why and you want to, maybe don't listen to this bit because I'll probably give spoilers and stuff because there's things I liked about the program, things I didn't like about the program. But yeah, so 13 Reasons Why, in a brief overview, obviously Hannah Baker has killed herself and she's left behind sort of 13 sort of suicide tapes in a way. And they all relate back to certain characters in the story who's kind of come into her life and impacted her in some way. When I first started watching, I found it very sort of like cliche, like when she got like the popular guy and everything. I was just like, oh, really? But then I think after that, when they did the bit about like that photo sort of spreading around school and stuff, I thought that was quite like realistic. Like I know things like that have happened at my school when I was back in secondary school. So I think they really depicted that well. And also when she was talking about like hot chocolate friends, like I actually really like that bit because I feel like when I went to school, I wasn't really prepared for the amount of times my friends would change. Like I never really fell out with people, but as sort of Hannah Baker said, like she was only really friends with them because she could sort of go out and have hot chocolate with them, but like for anything else, they weren't really there for her. So yeah, I like that part of the program. And then I really like Clay Jensen's character. I think he's definitely my favourite because I feel like a lot of programs I've watched in the past about sort of bullying or teenage issues have all been centred around like girls being the main character. I mean, you could argue that Hannah is the main character, but I don't know. I feel like it's all on Clay sort of thing to figure out what these tapes mean. But no, I thought he really did a good job. I mean, I haven't read the book. Like the TV series is based on a book, which I haven't read, so I can't like compare it to that. But I really want to read it now, like in the summer holidays. So I'll definitely have to buy it soon. But I think that the show did a really good job of like showing how it impacted boys a lot as well because I've seen like cyberbully and awkward and stuff like that, and they're all like, as I said, like centered around girls. So I like that they did that. Oh, the dogs are barking like across the road. And then the things I didn't particularly like about it, as I said, I found the first couple of episodes very sort of cliched, but then I feel like Netflix probably did that to kind of entice sort of viewers in. Um, Probably the thing I disliked most about it was the like final suicide scene. I thought that was a bit like too much. Like I get the reasons why Netflix wanted to do it. Like I watched the sort of behind the scenes thing after, and they said, oh, we wanted to show sort of how bad it is. But I feel like they could have done that when just her mum walked in, because then you can see the sort of slits on her wrist and then like the bar, so you would like know like how she killed herself. I don't think they had to show the whole thing where she was like physically slitting her wrist. Cause I've never seen anything that sort of graphic about suicide like ever on TV or anything. And also that bit I think like halfway through the series where Clay was dancing with her and then all that blood sort of came out of her wrist. Like I thought that was a bit much as well. But everyone's entitled to their opinion. Because I've seen a lot of like negative reviews about that online. I don't know whether they actually said about that in the book. Like as I said, I really need to read it to compare it. But yeah, I thought that's a bit like close to the mark kind of thing. And what else? I think I did find the rape scenes really like hard to watch. Like I've never been through rape myself. I hope I never do go through it. But I thought like especially when they kept replaying the rape of Jessica, I thought that was a bit kind of overdone. Like, I think they could have done it where that you just heard her sort of like screams in a way rather than like just constantly focusing on her face. But I guess something like rape that would like that sort of traumatizing situation would keep preying on your mind and sort of lead Hannah to sort of think like that, like lead her to feel guilty. So yeah, those are sort of the only things I found a bit like I personally found hard to watch, but I guess it does raise sort of the importance issues of them. I also really liked the final scene when it came back down to the counsellor, because I really didn't suspect that he knew much about her. I didn't really, like, at the start of the series, you don't really know that she's been to see him, because obviously the school are like in the process of getting like sued or whatever. And when he like really doesn't give much away, I just thought, oh, maybe she didn't go and seek help. But when she did and they didn't do anything, I thought, oh my god, I can relate to that so much, because I've been going through a tough time recently, and I've been to my college about it, and I've just emailed the counsellor saying, oh, I need to see someone, like, I can feel my mental health going. Yeah, I think a few months ago now, I emailed a counsellor saying, like, because I think there's 2 on my college campus, and I emailed them saying, Stanley, shh. I emailed them saying, like, I need to see someone, I don't feel well, sort of thing, like, mentally. And they said, oh, what's your timetable like? So I emailed them my timetable, and they go, oh yeah, we don't really like have any slots around your timetable. I was just like, great, thanks for that. Like I get that obviously they've got over 1,000 students to cater for, but like I feel like all schools should implement like maybe monthly sessions for like every student in the school, and like someone just come in and ask every student like sort of how they are and how they're coping. I mean, obviously people could lie and just say, yeah, I'm fine, like I'm getting on with my grades and stuff, so. But then I feel like people sort of like me, I'm quite a quiet person, and I do get on with my work, I always hand stuff in on time. But I do find like college quite a struggle, because obviously A-levels are not easy, and I've got like stuff going on at home as well. And I just feel, and like even when I've told my psychology teacher and stuff like how I've been feeling, they go, oh, I'm really sorry, I didn't really notice, because obviously you've been working so hard. And I think a lot of teachers assume that if you're keeping up with your work and stuff, that you're doing okay, when a lot of the time you're not. Like, because for me, I find schoolwork is kind of weirdly a release. Like, I feel like when I have work to do, I can just sort of concentrate on that and not what's going on around me. So yeah, that's my personal opinion. So I definitely feel like schools and colleges and universities need to watch that, and just like put more in place to help sort of emotional well-being. Because when I was watching the behind the scenes bit, there was a blonde woman that kind of put it really well, like that students aren't educated well enough on their own emotional well-being, which I think is so true. Because like when you go through it, especially for me, I went through it the first time in year 11 when I was really stressed about GCSEs. Like I just felt so like like the fact that I felt like that scared me as well. I thought, I've never felt this low in my life. I've never, like, and all my friends sort of seemed to be getting on okay with it, and I was just like, oh my god, what was wrong with me? And I just feel like if I had someone at that time that would like tell me, right, this is sort of how you're feeling and why, it would have really kind of reassured me at school. Because then in year 11 I did actually make myself very, very unwell because of my mental health problems. That might be something I'll go into like later on, but I don't know, it's something still very personal and raw to me, which I don't feel that comfortable telling the internet. So yeah, but basically I know basically everyone gets stressed over exams and things, but for me it sort of goes to the extreme, which I'm kind of learning to cope with, but it's really not easy for me, because I've sort of always been someone that's quite nervy anyway. Like as a child I was very shy and sort of secluded, and yeah, like literally like in primary school I'd literally cry every time I had a math lesson because I just couldn't do math. So yeah, I think it's always sort of always been there in me. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, those are my reasons, my opinions on 13 Reasons Why. But it does raise so many important issues, as I said. I do recommend you go and watch it. Like I feel like it's a program everyone can benefit from watching in some sort of way. And I also really liked Hannah's parents, because again, I don't think in programs that I've watched in the past anyway, they don't really focus on the parents like sort of opinion on the suicide. Like obviously it shows them being upset and stuff, but like I thought they did a really good job of that. And Hannah's mum especially was such an amazing actress. Like the way she made herself sort of so upset, I was just like, wow. But yeah, I'm going to go and have a shower now because I really stink from last night, I'm not going to lie. And my lipstick I was wearing has stained my lips, so that's great. But if you're ever looking for a long lasting lipstick, get a MAC one. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this sort of mishmash vlog. Again, sorry I didn't get that much. So yeah, sorry I didn't get that much footage, but I was having such a good time I couldn't like physically get to my camera. So yeah, please like, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you soon. Bye.